let's go move on to Jill Biden. Again, I'm going to be light about this. And this one caught my eye even more because everyone's coming out like she said something that was so offensive. Well, here's my take on it, especially as someone who's a mix, where I am from Spain, but born in Italy. And my father was in the Navy, an American/German, and a bunch of other things. I'm a mutt, but I definitely, Olga's Pérez, right? It's in my name. But I actually grew up in Spain, and I have friends that are from all over the world, and a lot of them from, South America, Central America, right? Spanish speaking countries. I already have an issue with the fact that for years they've been calling Hispanics as if they're Spanish. And again, I understand the schools aren't teaching people that is not the way to call so-called Latinos Hispanics, because Latin, the word Latin, just about anybody from Europe, big chunk of it is Latin. Okay. So, all right. So without even getting down that rabbit hole, but I suggest that you go look at it, because if we've been saying it wrong for years and nobody really cared, like whatever, most people didn't know, some people did know, and they're no big deal. But you're not going to come now and say and call it Latinx or Latinx. And, I just ignore this stuff usually. But see, the more the media keeps putting it out there, the more everyone gets brainwashed to believe that this is a thing. Even when tell me, that no real, in quote, Hispanic, in quote, Latino, Latina would ever tell you that they're Latinx. The fact that it isn't even an issue, but they would never say it. They would never say it. They would never agree with it. So every time, I don't care, like I said, whose side you on? I'm for side real here, okay? And because they're in power, they're not getting tomatoes thrown at them for what they're saying. And that's it. And they just get away with it because they're on their little cloud. They're the elites. They're on their little cloud and they got all their security around them. And they're not living in planet Earth. They're really not at all living in reality in your world or in my world. They're not. And we allow it. And they walk around, they act like they're gods. And so they say these things. And even when they're like, oh, I want to apologize, I said something wrong. They don't mean it. They don't give a shit about you. They don't care about anybody. Look at them. They're clearly doing that. Did they ask me or any Latina? Where's the Latina next to them saying, yeah, call me Latina X? Go ahead. Show me. Do it. Put them on stage with you. And it's all scripted, so you didn't make a mistake. Even when you, as Whoopi Goldberg said, we all poo-poo. Isn't that nice, Whoopi? You're talking about this adult senior as she's a 3-year-old that stuck her foot in her mouth. Whether she did or whether she read the teleprompter wrong or they actually did scripted and she read exactly what they scripted and maybe they did it on purpose to get a rise out of us. Who cares? This is irrelevant. I don't care. You shouldn't care. But just to set the record straight, the fact that they keep harping on the Latinx and all this stuff, I'm just using that one corner, that one little area of the Hispanics and how they have the Latin votes and the fact that they just keep doing it because they have to keep supporting the racist agenda, which they're racist. So the person who wrote this and the person who said this, who's calling everybody racist all day long, trust me, you can't be a racist if you're not a racist. I mean, let me rephrase that. That didn't come out right. When you're claiming that someone's a racist or racism is a problem, you're the one thinking that way. You have to be able to recognize it. Let's go back to when we were kids. You ever hear this? Maybe they don't say this now in the millennial era or the Gen Z era, but it takes one to know one. That's simple psychology, my friends. But let's have a little laugh with our little girlfriend here, our little fellow human. I do not believe in the apology. And I do understand how ignorant. I don't care that she makes mistakes. We all make mistakes. That's the best part about us, that we're perfectly imperfect. But it's the lie and the crap and the misinformation. Okay. The ones that are telling you what you can and cannot say are so wrong. I'm just going to point that out. And this is nefarious, and this is a game, and this is brainwashing, and don't fall for the bullshit. That's it. That should be your credo for at least a week. Don't fall for the bullshit. Okay, here we go.
Not a joke.
By the way,
let's take a listen.
Love these guys. If you don't know their background, they used to work for The Hill, and because they were also starting to get controlled by the sponsors and lying, suppressing, changing things, omitting, boom. And I'm so proud of them. Breaking points if you guys don't already know them. But here we go.
But we can't get those things on our own. Raul helped build this organization with the understanding that the diversity of this community, as distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio, is your strength.
Okay. Let me just say, do you know how many times I had to listen to that clip because I didn't understand what she meant when she said the New York, what did she say? Bodegas? Like, I've been going to New York for over 30 years. It's like, what? What is that? Like, what did I miss? Did I miss something here? Is it like another language that I know about? I can't believe that it took me at least 3 to 4 times before I finally figured out, not because I figured it on my own, it's because I don't know if it was this exact channel on Breaking Points. I don't know if it was Sagar or not, but then somebody finally said something bodegas, and I was like, of course. I'm like, again, this way of trying to kiss their ass and act like, oh, isn't our country so much better because of our diversity? That's what something I would definitely say. And the fact that she said it wrong and it took me forever to figure out, that's a whole nother subject. But again, this is politics. This is classic politics. And look how they're having her speak more and more, which of course, because our current, president is not there. He's not well. He's not there. Somebody's got to speak. He's not there. We got that. And I don't even understand how the whole world, country, you name it, is allowing this, because that's abuse, guys. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. It's not politics. It's flat out abuse. And where's the compassion for someone like that, whether you like them or not? Yeah, going back to our little Jill girl here. So the bodega. But then Miami gets the blossoms. How does Miami get the blossoms? That's it. They just get the blossoms. Obviously, she's targeting places where there's a high rate of Hispanics, right? And the demographic. And then she goes to, hello, she's in San Antonio. What's predominantly in San Antonio? Let me drink some water, guys. Mexicans. But are they the only Spanish speaking people that live? No, of course not. It's impossible. There's got to be somebody else from Puerto Rico, Mexico. I mean, anywhere, right? Besides Mexico. So I get it. I'm not offended by that taco comment. It's how much money are these people getting paid to not even be able to fake it better than this? Or, and I would say both, they did this on purpose. And then that's what, I mean, I believe that this is on purpose, and that, the whole, I want to apologize, again, it's this, here's the thing. It's not whether who's the real fact checkers. What are the real facts? Are you alleging? No. What I'm getting at is that all they care about, all this is about, is in a very plain way, they're covering their ass. They're just, it's called, it's another word for it. It's called virtue signaling. And that's their whole MO. And if you don't know what MO is, that comes from Latin. It's modus operandus. All right. Look that up. It's not about saying things wrong. It's what's behind this. What are they doing? And it's insulting is what it is. Don't buy into the bullshit. This is how they all work. And it's always been this way. But now with all these television, all these forms of media, it's more than human history's ever experienced. Know that. And you can have an opinion, which is why I want to see your comments. All right. We got Jill down. We know the bullshit. Don't fall for all this distraction of who cares about the freaking and the breakfast taco. I'll be honest with you. I've had breakfast burritos, not a breakfast taco. Maybe it is a thing of San Antonio. I could have looked it up, but who cares? This is irrelevant and is stupid. And it's insulting. And I believe that you guys and all of us have much more intelligence than this.